Well, now you see, we're in the middle of Andover High Street, and obviously with our Town TV truck. Now beware, all you Andover viewers, if you leave your car parked in the middle of the high street without your handbrake on, this is what might happen to you. And step this way and you'll see how little Volkswagen Golf just now came backwards. No handbrake, straight into Woolworths window. So look at that, they're open all bank holiday, more than they know. So anyway, that's our crazy story for this week on Town TV. So don't leave your car without the handbrake on in Andover Marketplace, else you'll be in for a very nasty surprise when you get back.
He's only young, but he looks so old. He started off by sniffing glue. He thought it was the thing to do. Now he's down on luck and he's feeling cold. He's only young, but he looks so old. You can get it right. I said you can get it right, and then remember all your life that you can get it right. You can get it right. You can get it right. The next thing was to try some dope. He was so young, full of hope. Now he's down on luck and he lives those fears. He's only young, but he's lost those years. I said, you can get it right. You can get it right. And then remember all your life that you can get it right. You can get it right. You can get it right. He's only young, but he looks so old. I said you can get it right. 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 Get it right.
Hi, I'm Dave Ivey, I'm the drummer in the band, and I work at Leamington Police Station.
I'm Tom Fosbury, I play guitar and I work at headquarters.
I'm Dave Wright and I work down at Kingston Crescent in Portsmouth.
My name's Tim Axtell, play the bass, or attempt to, and I work at Whitchurch in Hampshire on traffic.
How long have you guys been playing together now?
In this format we've been playing coming up for 5 years. The band was actually going about 6 to 9 months prior to that, but there was a clash of personalities and a lack of musical talents, and we ended up... there still is. We ended up in this format as it is, and we've been together for about 5 years.
Well, there's another reason as well that you're playing, because you came up with a campaign that you want to follow and you got to help. It's like a charity thing. So can you tell us something about this? It's DARE, isn't it?
Well, yeah, ours is Getting It Right. It's modelled on the American DARE scheme, which is Drug Abuse Resistance Education. Back in '92, we went to the States. We were invited across to the States where we learnt about DARE. We were playing with a band in Columbus called Hot Pursuit, which is all Columbus police officers. And we learnt about DARE. As a result of that, we met the guy that kicked it all off over there. And we went back in '93 and we done a 14-date tour over there. 10,500 kids we played to. Sorry, children they are now, aren't they? Children. 10,500 kids we played to.
Politically correct, of course.
Yeah, politically correct. And as a result, we brought it back and told our Chief Constable all about it. And, well, we pulled the wool over his eyes. We convinced him. And they've remodelled DARE, and now in Hampshire it's called Getting It Right, which is going to be aimed at primary school kids from 4 to 5 years through to 11. in varying degrees. They're not going to have drug and solvent abuse thrown at them in the early days, obviously. It builds up and brings up their awareness.
700 schools so far. There's over
700 schools?
Yeah, junior schools, infant schools.
You telling me earlier that there's quite a few police rock and roll bands. Now, this is something that we don't know about. We don't normally see police rock and roll bands playing around. Probably because you don't play in uniform, people don't know that you're police.
About 2 months ago, Tom put an advert in Police magazine, which is a nationwide police in-house magazine, asking if there's any other police rock and roll bands or any bands who'd be interested in getting together to do a charity gig in London sometime. And there was an overwhelming response to it. Apparently, Tom tells me this morning that there's over 34 bands actually replied from all over the country.
Really?
And the idea is to try and get a big venue, possibly the Albert Hall, towards the end of the year. That's not confirmed at all yet, though. And try and get a big name band to head it, and we can all have a great day out and hopefully raise a lot of money.
Raise some money for our convalescent home, perhaps, because I think they're on hard times at the moment, so we could get some cash together for that.
For the police convalescent home?
Police convalescent home, yeah. It would be
it sounds like a very good idea. Your working hours, because are you all on the night shifts as you are, or do you work different times? So how do you get together when you have to do these things?
It's difficult for us to get together. Dave from Lymington is on a different rota to Dave from Portsmouth here. So when Dave finishes his nights, this Dave here starts his night. So that's 14 days when we can't get together. I'm fortunate that I work Monday through to Friday with weekends off, as does Tom. But it is difficult to get together, to get the time together. We manage to get together about once every 5 weeks.
Do you play anywhere, or will you be playing anywhere around the Andover area soon, or have you got any plans to do some? Or shall we get you some gigs in the Andover area so we can hear you go thing?
If we get an invite up this way, I think we'd be too happy, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we're happy to do anything for charity. Obviously, we don't make any money out of it ourselves. Anything we do make goes to charity, or we do functions and we don't charge any money. So hopefully anything they've charged goes towards a good cause rather than us.
That sounds good. How do you see the whole constabulary looking at? Do they frown on rock and roll bands now, or is it everything changing within the police force?
It's difficult to say. Obviously, we encountered a bit of scepticism when we first got going. In actual fact, we formed in the year, one of our 4 objectives was community relations, and I think it was a bit too radical for them to get to grips with. But we have been taken on board now, and we're going to help out with this Getting It Right campaign. Not so much in getting the lessons that we want to teach over, but perhaps to break down some of the barriers that exist between young people and police officers. Yeah. I think music's a great vehicle to do that. And we have played a couple of schools now, and it is quite apparent that they do warm to you very rapidly and thoroughly enjoy it.
And the youngsters like rock and roll as well, I think.
They seem to, yes. I mean, the old ones are the best, aren't they?
Oh, yes. I want to tell you that, believe me. The old ones, this hair's not really this colour, I just dyed this colour. Right, and you're also looking for a studio where you can get in, because it is a record for charity. So any proceeds that come from this will go directly to the charity involved. So if we can find a studio somewhere in the area, somebody might be watching us and might have a studio and offer it to you, would that be a good idea?
We'd be very grateful.
Yes, I'd like to add there, in actual fact, the Getting It Right campaign, although the police force have appointed 20 full-time schools liaison officers, there are bits and pieces, and we would like local businesses to get involved in it. It would be quite nice for them to become part of the scheme. So if you're out there and you want to get involved in a good cause, get it right.
Well, it's an amazing display of fuchsias. Now, I don't know a lot about fuchsias, but I do love them. But do you know?
Well, I'm where I want to be, in the main marquee. The roses we've just passed and the orchids we've just passed down there are absolutely stunning.
There's a rose there called Ingrid Bergman. Is that a famous?
They've had a lot renamed, haven't they, today? There's a lot of famous people have their roses named after them.
Why is that? I suppose it's just a thing to do.
Yes, I suppose it must be. I want one.
Well, we'll try and find a rose called Maggie somewhere.
Oh, there would be. Keep looking. This is just a few. Lots more around the corner.
Beautiful. Well, this marquee seems to go on for
2 acres, I think.
2 acres.
2 acres.
Quite massive.
It's huge.
What are those up there? Right in front of us, those blue ones.
Delphiniums. I can do that one. That's a delphinium.
It's a delphinium. We should be on smell-o-vision, shouldn't we, really? Yes, the smell in here is quite incredible.
Yes, of course, they don't look like that in the garden, do they?
Unfortunately, no, not in my garden, anyway.
Dandelions are of the order of the day there. Look at those begonias. God.
Yep. These are begonias, folks.
Absolutely enormous. Colours.
Anyway, we're very lucky today because it's press day and there's not too many people around, but Maggie informs me that on...
I'm getting quite excited, excuse me.
What is it?
Azaleas and rhododendrons.
That's quite beautiful. Wonderful sight.
Beautiful. And how they can do that in just under a week, it's amazing. I'm going to get excited now and going on around the corner.
Maggie's found some poppies. What do you know about poppies?
Very little, actually, but it was just that the stand was so bright and colourful, I just was drawn over to it.
Beautiful.
And then...
Iceland poppies, look.
Yes, then I just glanced over there and there's some beautiful sweet peas over there. It's just full of everything here.
Too much to take in all at once, really.
It is.
Press day. I think you need press week to get in, mind you.
Yeah, the nice thing about this is, coming on a press day, there's no crowds, because normally it's full of people, and getting to the stands is ever so difficult, but...
Yeah. Well, we were very lucky, Town TV viewers, to get these press passes, so we're going to be bringing you the best of the Chelsea Flower Show.
I'm having a wonderful time.
Yeah. I think we are looking for the smoked salmon and champagne
We're still looking for the wine tent.
Bob, what are you doing here today?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because as you see, we're on the barrow stand of lawn flight tractors, and I've had a lawn flight. This is a true story. I've had a lawn flight for a long, long time, about 7 years, and I've always found them very good. Well, a few weeks ago, a daily newspaper came to do an interview on me in my garden, because I'm reasonably keen on gardening. I'm not an expert, because they always say you're an expert, and I'm not. And one of the pictures they wanted to do was me sat on this tractor, you see. Well, obviously these people picked up on that and said, there's a chappie we could use.
It's just the man.
Just the man. We'll get him down to the Chelsea Flower Show for a day and cross his palm with some silver, which he always accepts, and he can promote our tractors. And this is the beastie, and this new range is terrific.
It's quite an enormous machine, isn't it, really?
Yes, they've devised a new... The interesting thing about it, without trying to be too technical, is that they've devised a new way of collecting the grass. The alternatives up to now are either sucking it up a big chew into the bags at the back, or raking it up behind you, which is very cumbersome. And the problem with English grass is that it gets wet, and when you suck it up the tubes, occasionally, if the grass is too wet, it gets stuck in the tubes. But they've devised a system, and what they've done is got rid of the back axle and put in 2 stub axles. Are you following this? Put in 2 stub axles so they can now whiz the grass straight from the cutters into the basket at the back, and it's easy peasy.
So, Oliver, he used to race these, didn't he? I don't know if he still does. Imagine Ollie Reed on this. I think it'd be pretty good.
Well, I can imagine him on this, and in fact, I've said to them, the only thing that's missing on this is a drinks holder. That's what we need.
I'm sure you'd invent one for that. Anyway, Chelsea Flower Show, it's my first time here. Do you come here very often?
It's my first time as well, and I've had an hour to have a wander around, and isn't it good? I must come back. I must get the wife. She'd love it. It's quite impressive, very impressive.
I'm told it's busier tomorrow, but today's press day, so it's a bit quieter.
I'm glad I came today. Yes, they all tell me that it gets very, very crowded in here, and so I'd rather have it like this, where you can meander about and chat to people and have a laugh and stuff. We've been having a good laugh, playing the girls up.
Well, great. Well, thanks for talking to us anyway, and best of luck with the mower.
Oh, it doesn't worry me if they flog any or none, but they'll flog hundreds because it's so good.
Thanks a lot, Bob. Cheers. Thank you.
Brilliant.
This is quite incredible. It looks so permanent. But I'm here with Philip Watson. Philip, tell me how you put this up and what amazing.
Well, although the exhibit looks permanent, it's not. I thought we were going to be permanently here setting it up. We finished at 11 o'clock last night, and the fountain in the back is all made out of tufa stone, which really wouldn't work outside here because it disintegrates in the rain. The brick walls around the stand, it's actually faux brick. It just looks like brick, and we've added lots of mosses and lichens to the wall to make it look a little more permanent. I brought all over the gray moss that you see hanging down around on the tufa stoning in the trees is Spanish moss that I brought from America with me on the airplane, 5 crates of it.
So you're from Virginia?
I'm from Virginia. I'm a garden designer from Virginia, and they've hired me to do the stand.
It's quite incredible stuff. It looks so permanent. I just can't get over it.
Well, all the pieces are for sale. In fact, this little small fountain in the center I have bought, and they're going to ship it to me as soon as the show is over. And all the stands around try to sell all their plants out the last day, and you'll see just exactly how temporary these stands are when the show closes.
So coming from Virginia, what do you think of the Chelsea Flower Show?
There's no show like it in the entire world. I have exhibited at the New York Flower Show and at the Philadelphia Flower Show, but all of our shows in America are inside, and this is as close to the real thing as you get. And you get a nice international crowd here. You see unexpected people.
A lot of famous celebrities around today, but as long as it doesn't rain, I think we'll be okay. But
well, it rained on us the entire time, so I'm happy to have this opening day as clear.
Okay, well, it's a wonderful, wonderful exhibit, and I think you should be very, very proud of what you've done.
Hi, thanks very much.
So what are your names?
I'm Catherine Cann. I'm Thomas Grey.
And what are you doing with Romeo and Juliet at Chelsea Flower Show?
It's a good question. Well, I'm an actress and I've done lots of open-air Shakespeare before, and they needed to promote the conservatory, which is a novel idea, and it's very appropriate. It's very Italian and everything, so it's good fun.
It's a lovely setting, yeah. Quite a bizarre job there. It's a lot of coming and going, a lot of noise.
A lot of shouting going on.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Lots of noise, yes. So, yes.
Can you give me any tips on this balcony?
Well,
I've always wanted to do this.
You always wanted to do this? Well, in fact, Romeo's just leapt over a wall to get into the grounds of her house, which he shouldn't really be doing because he's an enemy of the family. But he's desperate to have a little chat with her because they've just met and they've fallen in love. And so he's just come along and I'll cut this bit out, but he sort of waxes lyrical about how beautiful she is standing in the light. She doesn't know he's there until he speaks out, okay? And we're going to take it from there.
Okay.
Against their enmity. I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes. And but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued wanting of thy love.
Okay, Mark, what are you doing here at Chelsea Flower Show?
Well, we're here trying to represent ourselves, as everybody is. We've planned this 18 months ago. It's a Romeo and Juliet conservatory in conjunction with Pagera of Italy, the garden designers. And we've designed this Italianate conservatory, which is a conservatory which, if the Italians had have had conservatories in the Victorian times, this is what they would have had, basically. They didn't, as it happens. It's a gold leaf dome, gold leaf cupola. It's got 9.5 millimeters dome double glazing. We're the only company in the world to do that kind of structure. And it's the only building we ever build which is built out of speculation.
It really stands out as you walk along the avenue.
Yes, I mean, that's the idea. I mean, Chelsea's very show business. Everybody's trying to sort of do something special. We tend to go the whole hog. We get about half of our business from the year after Chelsea Flower Show alone. We only build about 80 bespoke conservatories per annum.
Monday, you've got another 4 or 5 days.
Another 4 or 5 days. It's very hard. We're all involved in the build-up, which takes several days in itself. All of us put the hand to the wheel, and we've got another 4 days of 12 hours from 8 until 8. So it's all good fun, though.
What do you think of it, Maggie?
I think it's smashing. I love it. I want one. I want one.
Okay, well, thanks for talking to us.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Best of luck for...
Appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, it's now... what's the time? 20 past 3. 20 past 3.
Getting on.
And we've had a nice glass of champagne with the conservatory people, which is quite nice.
We have. It was very, very nice. Yes, thank you.
But we've been looking all afternoon for Frank Thornton. We missed Frank Thornton
I smelt the strawberries.
You smelt the strawberries?
In the tent.
And
waylaid.
And we missed that. So...
Sorry, Frank.
Sorry, Frank. But... and we missed the bill as well.
Yeah, where did they get to?
We found Bob Carolgees and we found Romeo and Juliet and lots of other people. And in the back you'll see the wonderful twin towers of Battersea Power Station, which is no longer. But as you can see, we're here in Chelsea. We've done a sterling job for Town TV viewers. We're still going round. We're going to bring him a bit more.
I haven't had enough time yet. I really want more.
Yeah, we need more time. We need more time here. But the Queen's coming at 3:30, I think. And so they've told us we might have to vacate the...
I think we have to go.
We have to go, but...
sadly.
If we have to go, this will be the last report we bring you. But if we don't, we'll bring you another one. But for now, we're signing off.
Bye.
Bye. Well, we're going to go try and find an Andover company, which is called Simply Control, Tony Nash. We're going to go and try and find them. They're here somewhere. If we can find them before the Royals arrive, we will. But we're off to go and find Tony Nash and Simply Control, who look after us very, very well indeed in the Chantry Centre.
All vehicles out of the showground, please, in 10 minutes' time.
I don't believe that this tree you brought with you.
Okay, for all you Andover TV viewers, it's what doesn't come as too much of a surprise to actually find an Andover company here at the Chelsea Flower Show. And we're here with Tony Nash. Tony of Simply Control has been very good to us, supplied all the boxes for our display in the Chantry Centre. Tony, how's it going for you at Chelsea Flower Show?
Well, things are looking good so far today. We're looking for a good week. I hope the weather stays fine for the visitors that come along. But we're hoping for good things for our products here. We do manufacture everything, and it's good to actually get it forward to the actual public that come along and buy from us.
Yeah. You got some foreign visitors here?
Yes, we've got two gentlemen on the stand at the moment that are here from Japan, looking to various products that we have here in the respect of taking them back to Japan and seeing how they market over there. We're hoping for also good things there.
So have you been here before?
No, this is our first year at Chelsea. The RHS actually asked us to apply to come along to the show. They accepted us, which we're very thrilled about, and we know of many companies that have taken many years, 10, 12 years, to actually get accepted for Chelsea, and we were quite pleased to be invited and accepted all in the first year.
Obviously got a very good name then, Simply Control.
Well, we're certainly hoping that it maintains that. We're putting a lot of effort into that.
So how long are you here? It's now Monday.
We've got 4 days. The show closes on Friday at 5 o'clock. And then we've got the hard work to do again where we're breaking down and making our way back to Andover.
Okay, well done, and we've got Maggie here from Enham Garden Centre. Maggie, come here. Just come here just a second.
Excuse me for a moment.
This is Tony from Simply Control. They're
Hi,
up on Picket Piece.
Hello. Yes, we are. Yeah, Picket Piece down at the Commercial Centre, number 139.
What do you want to say to all those Andover viewers who may be watching this?
Well, come along and see what we can do to help you with any of your gardening requirements as far as controls and accessories are concerned. We do manufacture everything ourselves, and as you can see, we do get overseas involvement as well, so we're not just a sleepy little part of Andover.
Okay, Tony, so all this stuff is made in Andover?
Yes, all of the controls, the heater, the propagator, the spray systems, we design, develop and manufacture in Andover and sell direct to the end user. Nobody else sells our products.
So how many people you got working for you in Andover?
Well, there's 3 of us. It's a family business. At the moment, my wife's looking after the ranch while we're away here at Chelsea.
So, but obviously you hope to expand with all these orders coming in from foreign.
Well, there's something we've got to look at after Chelsea for sure. It's on our schedule for one of the things to be contemplated and work out.
Okay. We're here at the Chelsea Flower Show today, and
it's great. Good to see Town TV here.
Thanks for inviting us.
Thank you.
Okay, cheers. Well, it's almost 6 o'clock. We're here outside the Chelsea Flower Show, and we're just waiting with bated breath for the Queen to draw up. But, sorry, what did you say? We can't film? What do you mean we can't film? Will you, please, go away. Go away. Right, it's a lovely afternoon here in Andover, and we've got John Derben. He's director for Hampshire Red Cross. John, how did your British Red Cross week go?
Oh, it went very well. We're still accumulating the total income from Red Cross Week, but we expect to be somewhere around about 95,000. Our target was 100,000, so we're a little short of that. But you might like to know that Andover raised 5,400 this year, which is a terrific achievement for a small country town, and that's 7% up on last year. So Andover have done very well.
Done very well indeed. Tell me something about the Red Cross. You're all based in Winchester, is that right?
That's right. Yeah. Each branch is an autonomous charity in its own right, with a board of trustees. I'm the senior salaried member of staff responsible for the management of it. We have a paid staff of full-time and part-time staff of 65, most of those in the caring areas of work, like daycare centres. There are approximately 10,000 members, half of them very active and the other half sort of sleeping members, but still very much members of the Red Cross. And it is the largest branch outside London. So it's fairly active, has a lot to do, turnover of about £1 million a year. and covers a wide variety of services.
Yeah, what sort of things do you do? I see here daycare centres, home from hospital services, youth services, all that sort of stuff.
Yes, that's right. I suppose the community is likely to know us best through our medical loan service. We distribute about 28,000 items of medical loan. That's crutches, wheelchairs, commodes, all the sorts of things that people need when they're in crisis. We provide those for the health commissions across Hampshire. We run a number of British Red Cross clubs, about 127 of them, dealing with about 5,000 old folk. And they meet on a regular basis, all supported by the Red Cross and various other organisations. We run daycare centres. That's mainly for the older, more infirm people. We run those in Alton and Borden, Portsmouth, Southampton, Havant. We run them all across Hampshire. We do a home from hospital scheme, which is really just a good neighbours scheme, you know. But we run a home from hospital scheme at Basingstoke, again at Alton, and another one in Portsmouth. So there are a wide variety of activities that are taking place every day.
And of course you have street collectors as well, and house collectors.
Yes, we have some people that help us every week. We have some people help us once a year. And whatever help they can give is always very much appreciated.
But you do need volunteers, I guess.
All the time. I mean, Andover at the moment is particularly looking for 1 or 2 volunteers to help us with our medical loan centre, just for a couple of hours a week. We also need a treasurer. We want somebody to come along once a week and help us sort out our money. And we're looking for volunteers for our train group, the people that do our first aid duties. We'll train these people. We'll give them all the background they need to do their job, and volunteers are always most welcome.
So what else is going on? I mean, obviously it's all year, not just 1 week, isn't it, really? So,
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the branch has to raise about £340,000 from pure fundraising. The rest of the money is raised through Red Cross Week and from our various services that we provide. But we have a constant battle to match the expenditure with the income. I mean, it is obviously one of our major difficulties. So there is a day-by-day fundraising programme going on at Winchester, which is our branch headquarters, and Andover gets involved in that. We have a little shop here that opens at our Andover Red Cross Centre every Wednesday from 9:30 till 12.
I think an interesting point is that the money raised will go to the International Red Cross finances, but the bulk will be retained by the Hampshire branch for use in the county.
What, Red Cross Week?
Yeah.
Well, Red Cross Week is essentially for the county. Yeah. I mean, we do have international fundraising events, and Hampshire makes a payment to national headquarters of about £35,000 a year for international relief. So we're actively involved in that. Of course, we've got a bit of a special year next year. It's our 125th birthday next year, and you're going to hear a lot more about the Red Cross and what the Red Cross are doing, especially in Hampshire. Yeah. All sorts of ideas, some of them featuring Andover. So you'll be hearing a bit more about that later on.
Okay, well, we'll be talking to you about that later in the year, but well done. I think you're doing a fantastic job, and I think everybody should know really what you are doing. A lot of people don't really know where the money goes, and I think it's important that you tell everybody, really.
Well, sure, this question of where the money goes is an important issue. We publish our annual accounts, and they're available for anyone to see at our branch headquarters in Winchester. I would just say that the whole organisation stands or falls on volunteers. They're the people that make the thing tick. They're the people that collect the money. They're the people that do the work. And although there's a hardcore of paid staff, they're there to guide and to support the volunteers in all they're trying to achieve. And we wouldn't be able to do it without them.
Right, John, well, thanks for talking to us. I say you're the director for Hampshire Red Cross, but people can ring the branch headquarters on Winchester 865 174. That's 0962 865 174, and you'll be pleased to talk to them, I guess.
Of course I would. I'll always, if I'm not there, leave a message and I'll telephone back.
Okay. You've got a lot of events coming up for this 125 years anniversary, but I know you can't talk a lot about them now, but that's something to look forward to?
Oh, yes. I mean, we're going to make sure that everybody knows we're 125 years old. I mean, that's one of our problems, that people don't really know much about us or what we do. So we're going to use that as an opportunity to bang the drum a bit, tell a few people what we're doing and what we're about. And we'll make sure that your viewers get to hear some of the events that we're planning.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks very much for talking to us. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Morning, Ian Carr, Deputy Mayor. Ian, what are you doing here this morning?
Well, I'm here as Vice Chairman of Leisure Committee. Obviously, we put the grouting back on the bottom of the pool, so now people can walk safely on the bottom. And we're opening it to the public today, or the Mayor's going to open it to the public today. And there's a family splash with the crocodile and the monster in the pool.
What time's all that going to start?
Any time now, about 10 minutes. Yeah. And the Mayor's going to go in a swimming costume and use it. I'm going off into town.
Well, Town TV will be there, and we're going to play Ross's song again. Ross Mallock made that a lovely little ditty about you, so we're going to play that again on the show. So that's probably going to come up right now, I think. Actually.
I look forward to hearing that, because I quite enjoyed that.
Andover's swimming pool is to close again, so that extensive repair work can be carried out to the underwater tiling. Chemicals used to disinfect the water have slowly been attacking the calcium-based grout, which was used when the pool was retiled. Haste is an important issue for some local councillors, such as the Leisure Committee Chairman Ian Carr, and I quote, "It should be attended to without delay, otherwise it could become a hazard to swimmers and to those who walk along the bottom of the pool." Now James was a terrible fellow, constantly playing the fool. Aged 8.5, he would have a great laugh when visiting Andover pool. A right little raver was Jamie, not much of a swimmer was he, but he loved to splash out with a gurgle and shout, "Hey mother, hey dad, look at me!" He always wore armbands when swimming, but one terrible day he forgot them. He dived in alone, then he sank like a stone and went for a stroll on the bottom. Some burghers of Test Valley Council were there at the poolside and saw, with eyeball on stalk, James's submarine walk, a sight they had not seen before. Said Councillor Carr, "Well, I never. A lifeguard should fish that boy out. This pool should be closed, for we're all ill-disposed to such hazards from calcium grout. Hard luck, all you Andover swimmers. It's the grout that the councillor blames. But we know the truth. It's that singular youth, a submarine stroller called James."
But it's all safe and sound now, and everybody's welcome back to swim.
So, Rob, it's quite an important moment for you this morning.
Yes, we're quite pleased to be reopening for public swimming. We opened up unofficially on Tuesday, and this is the official reopening by the Mayor today. Obviously, our changing rooms have been a topic of conversation amongst local population.
The unisex changing rooms?
The unisex changing rooms, yes. We prefer to call them that way rather than communal, because I think communal is perhaps something that people have got the wrong impression about, but I think possibly if you'd like to maybe accompany us while the Mayor is changing and just to have a quicker look around them, you'll see that they are actually well laid out, and I think people's concerns will be something they'll put to one side when they actually see what's available for them.
Okay, well, quickly, just look into that lens and tell all the Andover viewers when to come, when you're open, and how much it is to get in.
Right, we're opening as of the 28th of May, and we're open for public swimming. It's $1.45 for adult swimmers, 75p for children, and this activity will be one of the most popular for the coming holiday period.
That's all right. Good morning. Good morning, happy Town TV viewers. Well, there's Rob with our very fit-looking Mayor, Robert Gardiner. I wish I looked as fit as that, but he's going to take the first splash into the newly opened pool down the crocodile's jaws. And the Mayor is going to use this very novel way of declaring this swimming pool well and truly open. And here we go. 1, 2, 3,
4, 5.
He's almost there. Here he goes. Hey! Well done, Mr. Mayor. How's the temperature? How's the temperature, Mr. Mayor?
That's right, the temperature's fine.
Is it?
It was a bit colder from the hose pipe.
Really?
When they put the water to come down the chute.
Well, I think you would agree they've done a really good job here, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Yeah. It's quite safe to walk on the bottom now.
That's right. Yes.
Well, it's very good. They've got it open in time for the half term and the holiday season starting.
Yeah.
And so we were very concerned how long it was going to be closed.
Well, well done. I think you're very brave to go in there this time in the morning.
Well, the earlier the better, surely.
That's right. Well, thanks very much for talking to us. I hope you enjoy your swim.
Yes, I'm sure I shall. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Rob, the mayor seemed to enjoy himself going down your crocodile chute.
I think the adults get more fun out of it than the children, to be honest. It's one thing that we find when we've done family sessions, we seem to have more adults than children going down the slide at any one time.
It's quite a way down there, but it looks really good fun.
It's about 11 metres the slide from top to bottom, so it's a novel thing. I mean, considering we can't have inbuilt water slides put into the centre, I think this goes some way to giving the children the fun element that obviously they'd like to see. And what we're hoping to is that on the back of the new pool reopening, that we'll be getting a lot of corporate inquiries from companies that wish to have fun evenings at the centre.
That's a good idea, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, we think so. As I say, a lot of adults, when they do come, they always have a good time, and they always say, well, you know, we really think that would be something that lots of people from our company would be interested in as well. So we hope to build on that.
Well, if the mayor of Test Valley can do it, I'm sure all those corporate customers out there can.
Well, yes, I'd certainly like to invite the crew of Town TV to witness and experience the delights of going down our crocky water chute.
Yes, I think I'm going to get Tony Murray to do the Town TV challenge on here. But...
Well, I think that's bound to bring the crowds in to see Tony Murray in his swimming costume.
I think you're right. Anyway, Rob, thanks very much for talking to us.
Pleasure.
Thanks a lot. Well, good morning, viewers, live from the Chantry Centre. We've been very, very busy this week. We've been filming all sorts of things. In fact, we've been in two places at once most of the time. Well, at least we feel we're in two places at once. But we got a letter this week from Portway Junior School, and we owe Portway Junior School an apology. The guys from Portway were up at the Vigo Recreation Ground planting flowers in the garden for the disabled. We got our bookings crossed, and we should have been there. We weren't. We were somewhere else, but we're pretty busy. As Steve on the other end of this camera and myself do most of the reporting. And frankly, we were rushing all over the place, and that one got missed out. But anyway, here's a message to Rachel Stroud, Jade Haywardine, Richard Barrett, Sam Knight, Kelly Davis and Simon Branson. They're all 9-year-olds in Class 4T. And Mrs. Timms wrote to us from Portway and said, why weren't you there? Why weren't you there? So Mrs. Timms was saying that if Rachel, Jade, Richard, Sam, Kelly, Simon and all of 4T want to give Town TV a ring, we'll come up to Vigo Road and we'll actually film you with your plants. And okay, I hope to hear from you. Also this week in the Chantry Centre we had a couple of Euro MPs. We had Graham Mather, and don't forget the Euro elections on June the 9th. Graham Mather, he was a Conservative candidate, came into the studio for a chat. And also we were chased around the Mayor's Fete by Jo Hawkins, and she's a Liberal candidate for the European elections. We haven't heard from the other candidates yet, but we'll put them on screen for you so you can see who they are. But anyway, we're going to show you those interviews now. And just remember, you guys at Portway Junior School, give us a buzz and we'll come up to Vigo Road and film you. Thanks a lot. Well, it's Saturday morning in the Chantry Centre, and we're pleased to welcome Graham Mather, who's a Conservative candidate for Europe. Graham, what are you doing in Andover this morning?
I'm really meeting people. It's a huge European constituency, as you imagine. This part, which used to be called Hampshire Central, but it also covers lots of Berkshire and right up as far as Oxford. So today is Andover Day, and I've been meeting a lot of people this morning and going around, talking to them, getting their concerns, seeing what they think about the election.
It's not far off, obviously, June the 9th. What are your plans up to June the 9th?
Well, every day I do I get out at the crack of dawn and I rush around the constituencies. The morning perhaps in Oxfordshire, then the afternoon somewhere like Aldershot, then the evening perhaps in the south in Stockbridge. So really it's a constant round, constantly meeting people, pressing the flesh as the Americans see, and seeing what they feel about issues. Some of them, frankly, are a bit fed up with government performance, but I find on Europe they're really rather keen for my message, which is very much, let's decentralise Europe, let's bring it back close to us and make sure we're setting the agenda, not letting Jacques Delors do it for us.
Okay, and to sum up, a message to the Andover viewers.
Well, I think it's a marvellous opportunity on June the 9th. It's going to be very important to vote. So I won't end on a party political note. What I'd like to say is just use your vote on June the 9th. The polling stations open at 7 in the morning, so they'll be there ready waiting for you when you get up. And think about Europe. It's not really a vote about British issues or domestic problems. We know there are some of those. It's a question of what's the vision of Europe you'd like to see. And I think if we do that, all the candidates will be happy.
Okay, well, many thanks indeed for taking the time to pop in. You've got a hectic schedule, I know that, so best of luck.
Many thanks indeed.
Right, here we are at, where are we? At the Mayor's Fair. Right. And we bumped into PC Bill Williams. Hello, Bill.
Afternoon.
How are you doing?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Sorry we didn't get you a bit on this week with a police band, but in actual fact, when people are going to be watching this show, it is going to be on.
Oh, right.
So you'll
be on twice. Oh, hello, Mum.
So you'll be able to see it on this coming show. But
right, great.
We're here having a good time. You having a good time?
Yeah, loving it. I've got my rum and raisin ice cream.
Have you?
Yeah, and I've been on the bouncy castle.
You haven't?
We're having a marvellous time.
Fantastic.
It's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, all you viewers, you know Bill by now.
Yeah.
And you don't really know the Mayor by now, but we're going to focus a bit on the Mayor because he's a new Mayor, Robert Gardiner, and we're going to go and have a talk to the Mayor. Cheers, Bill. Thank you very much. Well, here we are. It's a knockout, and I can see teams from the TSB Andover, Twinings, Test Valley Borough Council, and all sorts of teams, actually. And they all look a bit too fit for us Town TV guys, but sure, next year maybe Town TV will put in the team. But anyway, very busy, nice afternoon. Lots of people enjoying themselves. Ice creams, hot dogs. Typical Fete, really, I suppose you'd say. This is probably the first of many of the Fates which are happening this year. I know next weekend we've got several. There's Thruxton Fete next weekend, and quite a few. But this is a very well organised one. As I say, all the Andover residents having some good fun this afternoon, so we're going to be bringing you some sights and sounds of the action.
Are you ready, Mr. Referee? Everybody okay?
Looks like we're going to have a start here.
2, 1, go!
Well, it's feverish activity somewhere, but oh, there it is up there. We can see it now. But,
it's a pretty silly game now.
Harder work than you believe, ladies and gentlemen.
well, people are enjoying themselves. That's the main thing. There's all budding Town TV cameramen over there. They're all trying to learn how to operate a camera, just like Steve. But just like Steve operates a camera, not learning to operate a camera, I might add. But Steve's our ace cameraman, the middle wallop flyer. Test Valley storming into the lead. Oh no.
Yes, back to go. What a run!
Well, here we are, and who we found down here? It's Thompson's. Excuse me, how are you doing?
We are about, we're in the middle. You're right in the middle, yeah, we are doing all right. We are now coming third in this leg of the Mr. Blobby Rush, which isn't too bad.
What's your toughest competition in this one?
The toughest competitions, the one we've had so far? Or
No, I mean, team-wise.
Team-wise, it's the TSB.
The TSB, what are they doing? Why are they so good?
Well, I think they've had a bit of secret practicing, to be quite honest with you. They've won 3 games out of 3 so far, and it is a TSB knockout, so...
Right, so who else we got in this? Thompson's, obviously.
Thompson's, yes. There's Twinings, Test Valley Council, War Memorial Hospital, Hall and Torse, and I'm not quite sure who the other ones are, actually.
That's probably most of them, actually. Anyway, having some good fun, anyway.
We are enjoying it, yeah. We haven't got wet yet. That's to come.
Okay. All right, thanks. Sorry, what was your name, anyway?
John Bickle.
With the TSB team. Is it Sean?
Sean, yeah.
And Sean, what's your full name, Sean?
Sean Hampton.
Where are you from?
Work for Process Support, TSB Insurance.
All right, okay. You from Andover?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Whereabouts you live?
Roman Way. Vespasian Road.
Say hello to your mates.
Hello, everyone.
So are you winning?
Yeah, we're full marks at the moment, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
You all look pretty fit. They seem to think you've been training too much, don't they?
You're getting the wrong impression, I think.
2 team members at the catapult.
Ardent drinkers, all of them.
Ardent drinkers.
Team members
I can see it drinking.
here on the mats when they come out.
So anyway, you're in the lead.
Yeah.
So how many more? How many more games left to go?
I think it's about 3 or 4, plus this blobby stampede every now and again.
Very simple.
All right. Well, I'll let you get on with it, and thanks for talking to us. Okay. Cheers.
Very simple. What they have to do.
What's your name?
David.
David what?
David Sperry.
David, do you live in Andover?
No.
You don't? Well, you can't see this anyway, but...
I live in Shipton Manager.
You live in Shipton. Well, that's not too far away.
No, but I work in Andover.
Well, obviously for Twinings.
Twinings, yes. Twinings.
Oh.
Twinings.
Be the winners.
So how are you doing in this competition?
On the mat.
Terrible.
2 on the catapult.
No, it's good fun.
The TSB look quite fit, actually.
Well, they're very young, aren't they?
They are, yeah, they are quite young, actually, yeah. I think they've been doing secret training. Well, at least somebody down there said they've been secret training, so...
Circuit training? What's that? Secret training?
Secret training, yes. Didn't say no. But anyway, you don't know what position you are at the moment?
I think we're about last.
Oh, yeah.
Very close to being last.
Not too much tea, is it?
No, we're going to play our joker on this next game.
Okay. Right, so with Jo Hawkins from the Liberal Democrats. Jo, we missed you in the High Street. We've caught up with you at the Mayor's Fair here in Andover. What are you doing in Andover today?
Talking to the voters, persuading them to come out on June the 9th and vote for me in the European election.
Okay. So what are you going to be promoting yourself in the Euro election?
Oh, as a very strong pro-European candidate who will be working for the people of Andover and the whole of the Hampshire North and Oxford constituency in Europe.
Okay. You live quite close to Andover yourself, don't you?
Oh, just up the road. I live in East Ilsley, which is right in the middle of this Euro seat in Berkshire.
Yeah. So give me your thoughts on the Andover area. I think you obviously need a strong voice in Europe.
Yes, we do, for a number of counts. First of all, in the town itself, education, training, getting people back in employment, and then in the surrounding countryside, a serious overhaul of the common agricultural policy, and we support that. We'd like to see the rural areas getting a fairer shake of the money.
Okay, yes, you say on your bill, getting anything out of Europe. Are we getting anything out of Europe, do you think?
Yes, we are at the moment, but the trouble is people don't know about it. I've actually been quite disappointed at the level of misinformation and ignorance about Europe. We do get our fair share out, but we could get more, and that's why we actually want to see Europe working for Britain.
Okay, splendid. So the date is when? Everybody has to vote?
June the 9th.
June the 9th.
Come out and vote for me.
Okay, super. I'm sure people will, and thanks for attending the Mayor's Fair in Andover.
It's a great pleasure.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Thank you. We're just going to have a little chat with...
Oh, hello.
Hello again.
Well,
how are you feeling after your swim?
I'm feeling fine. It's a lot colder here than it was on the swimming pools.
But it's a very good day, isn't it?
First class.
Yeah.
It's going very well. Well supported.
A lot of good teams here, TSB and Twinings, I think, and the Test Valley Barrack.
Yes, that's better.
And how are the BC doing?
Well, I think they're doing very well. They certainly won this last one, the Penguin Walk, which was, I was saying earlier, how they've done so well. They're used to good teamwork, I said.
That's right, I guess, that's right. Mind you look so fit this morning, you should be up there with them, I would have thought.
Well, yes. I have said if they can raise a team to Mandy, if they can raise a team my age, I'll take part in the mini-marathon next year.
Well done. It's a really very good event today anyway, and
yes.
Thank you so much for this morning too. Right, well, what do you think of that, Tone? Here we are, covering the first of this year's Fetes.
I think if they're all as good as this, I think it's going to be a very good summer. I think it was absolutely brilliant. A lot of people participating in it, and all the teams are in great form. Really good fun.
Yeah, I think what we need to say to Town TV viewers is, if you've got a fete or anything like a fete and you want it publicised on Town TV, give Tony a buzz on 33 556, and we'll sort out something for you, and you can have it on the screen for a very small fee, and I'm sure it will guarantee a massive attendance. Local TV does work, but we do need funding to make it work, so this is not a political broadcast, but we need you guys out there to advertise on Town TV, and then we can keep on making the pictures, and you'll see Andover in all its glory.
It's like when advertising starts, we are the first of a kind in the whole country. So Andover's got its own television station, so we want support from everybody. And advertising does work on Town TV. It's been proved. Yeah. So we want everybody to come along and join us and advertise with us and keep us going.
Yeah. Well, we've had the political parties chasing us around today to be interviewed. We've interviewed them. We're putting the message across for everybody. We're not a political organisation ourselves. We're here to bring you the Andover news. So, as I say, just keep on watching. We're now going back to the Chantry Studio. If I miss the gate.